Greetings! Welcome to the devlog for patch 4 of update 119 of hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for you this week? Well, this has been a huge bug fixing week, but along with all of that, I have a fantastic new attachment toy for you all. Let's get these out of the way actually before I start spawning some so-sigs. Yoink, 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 yoink. I love that sound effect. So, this was requested quite a long time ago. This is on the edge of fictional. Not to say that one couldn't make something like this in a bespoke context, but obviously as this runs a little bit on H3 magic, I have finally put in a round counter that you can affix to any weapon. So it just auto detects everything from all the chambers in the weapon, any magazines that are affixed. So if we just pop this in, look at that, counts right up to 20. Take some shots. Pops down there. You notice it doesn't update 100% instantaneously. There's just a little bit of that like classic, you know, sensor imperfection. Oh, let's get ourselves some targets here. Oh, there we go. And if you grab a really large mag for it, like say if we just go over here and what is it? I think the think the M249 has some big caskets. There we go. Grab the casket, duplicate it. You'll notice it actually takes a couple seconds to count all the way up. It caps at 99, obviously, because it's 2 digits. Super cool. This is the Picatinny version of it, so we do in fact have an RMR version for it. Let's come over here. A little bit difficult to actually get it snapped on because of the placement. Oop, that'd be me placing it backwards. Real good, Anton. Yeah, pop that in there. Obviously, this is going to block your sight picture if you put it in an RMR mount, so we got to just take this the rest of the way to, to science fiction here, and just give it, we'll aim in just with lasers. There we go. Oh, that's so neat. That is so neat. So there you go, for the absolute video game experience. That is in there. If you grab the attachment and click, let's see, this would be up on the touchpad or BY in streamlined mode, you can cycle through a bunch of different colors. So if you'd rather that red. Personally, I'm a big fan of blue. This doesn't save and load that data just yet. I didn't finish writing. I actually want to have a little more of an interface to customize a couple more things about this. And once I have that interface done, I'll have this actually save your settings in the save and load system. For now, it'll just default to orange every time it loads. Thank you for your assistance.
That was a good one.
So yeah, and this does work even on fairly exotic things. Like if we grab our revolver, AR, even though this doesn't have a magazine at all, like this is just a bunch of revolver chambers, it will, let's see, we need our, where did I put, here we go. Grab our pick rail version of it, pop it on here, it'll read 0, and the moment we start filling chambers, this will automatically update. So yeah. Fun little toy. Wanted to just get something nifty in here, because almost everything that I've done this past week has just been like bug fixes and other updates and changes. And so I always just try to get some sort of fun toy, and I've wanted that to do that. Everyone should thank Stefan, because he not only modeled it, but he had to model it twice, because I sent him a reference mesh backwards, and so he modeled it backwards in terms of its mounting on the RMR plate, so had to literally redo like 80% of it. So just happens in game development. Anyway, let's jump out of VR and talk about all the other changes and important bug fixes that are in this update that a bunch of you helped me with. Yo! So, out of VR, what else is going on here? So, a couple changes first. One, the Zip 22's top rail has now been set to actually like toggle only on only once you put an attachment on it. Otherwise, its iron sights are visible there. Moon clips in things like the OTS 38 should now actually properly be visible or invisible when the gun loads out of a saved state. And guns that you can't quick bolt with, like some of the anti-material rifles, because they have a big cumbersome bolt handle, now also cannot slide bolt. So quick bolt and slide bolt availability are now correctly related to each other. In terms of fixes, whole bunch of stuff. One, I fixed the quick bolt orientation bug that I introduced by just coding things wrong last week. Whoops, this is why you don't do things at the last minute and not test them. The scope alignment issues in terms of like their visuals and what eye it thinks it's rendering from should finally be fixed. A whole bunch of guns just had incorrect metadata that's been fixed, so thank you to everyone who has been helping me hunt this down. The CZ52's era, the Carcano 1891's magazine type. Geo's been changed on a couple guns to increase their sight clarity, so things like the Hawk 357's front sight width has been improved. A couple shotguns had invisible magazine rounds, so you didn't actually see the round interpolate into them. The HH9's grab post has been fixed. The outdoor SOSIG fight panel can be harnessed now. Suppressors being shot off of a gun now properly re-enable the muzzle attachment that was hidden originally on guns that do that. Replace the missing chambering sound on the Sharps 1874. Safety behavior and ejection direction are now correct on the H-point set. Thank you for the video reference for that. Whoever in the community was helping me in the Discord today. The RK95 TP sights now should properly flip up and down. Fix missing sounds on the Carcano. Fixed a bunch of miscategorizations in terms of item spawner IDs, and associated some missing speed loaders with a couple guns that should have been spawning with speed loaders. I was also just talking with community member Coin, and he's going to actually model for us a couple of the missing speed loaders that are in the game. So 454 Castle, 500 Smith & Wesson, and a 5-shot 38 special. So those will probably go in the coming weeks whenever he gets a chance to model those. But he just volunteered, so everyone make sure to give him a thanks for that. So yeah, so that is everything in this update that I'm ready to show. I've been working away on both some take and hold stuff that I'm going to be showing you folks in a couple weeks. There's some long requested stuff that is part of my sort of system migration and completion for that mode, as well as some Worst World stuff as well. I'll show you it. It'll be more exciting if I just actually get it done and show it to you instead of showing it to you midstream. So this has been a lot of back end work this week, but it's gonna be fun stuff. I promise. So yeah, that just about does it for this week in terms of the game. And then, of course, lastly, we've got our favorite segment, Hot Dog or Not Dog. I am super excited because I did a little bit of cooking for this one. A couple folks had requested doing something like that I hadn't done a hot dog with anything from Indian cuisine. And now I'm on a diet right now. Hopefully it's at least slightly apparent. Trying to get back down there to where I was back in October. And so ordering restaurant Indian food is about as off the list as something could be. And so I used it as a sort of culinary challenge, and I ended up preparing essentially like if you go out to eat at an Indian place, one of the ways that they can get so many different dishes like that out on such a large menu as rapidly as they can, and this is true of a number of different cuisines, is you do sort of par preparation. You create these sauce bases that then can be evolved the rest of the way into a dish. It's like a mother sauce. And so I had watched a video a while back about making the mother sauce that is frequently used in an Indian restaurant. And so I made a whole bunch of that. I made sort of a healthier version of it. The restaurant versions of these have a lot of fat in them. They've got a lot of butter. They've got a lot of oil. This does not. I actually used fat-free yogurt for the base of this. A whole bunch of spices. And the trick, and if you have a if you have a really good blender or a stick blender, you should try it, is basically you just cook down a whole ton of onions. But like toast your spices, mix in your ground spices, add just a little bit of oil to it, and cook your onions down, and then you puree those in a blender. Add your yogurt, your other sort of sauce elements, and so that's what I've done here. So we're gonna try this on. I've never actually put anything like this on a hot dog, so I have no idea if this will go well. Obviously, dipping non-bread in to sop up the sauce from any Indian dish is always delightful. So we're just gonna pour that on there. This is potently spicy. This is actually gonna be a lot of this sauce on this. So here we go. Hot dog or not dog, Indian curry sauce hot dog. Here we go. Spicy. Oh, yeah. It occurs to me, of course this would work given that, like, in Germany and Austria, currywurst is super common, although I think that's typically done with a curry ketchup. I can't remember that, actually. And truth be told, what this is, this could... You know what? I'm gonna put a little bit of ketchup on with this just to see what happens. All right, we're back. Now I know ketchup on a hot dog tends to inspire some really strong opinions. There's parts of the country where a ketchup automatically goes on a hot dog. Like, why would you do anything else? And then there's parts of the country where they'll stab you if you ask for it. So, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just feel. We're gonna see if the vinegary note, and of course the prodigious amount of sugar that is in Heinz ketchup. Let's mix that together. There we go. Curry sauce and ketchup on the hot dog. That's what I'm talking about. This is a hot dog. In fact, this honestly is one of my favorite hot dogs I've done for this devlog in quite some time. Strongly recommended. So there we go. Another condiment combination proven for a hot dog. I am absolutely going to eat the rest of this, even though that means that I'll probably have to eat a lighter dinner, given I'm on calorie restriction. But that tastes too good to just let sit there. So, anywho, I hope you have enjoyed this devlog and my usual gun and hot dog nonsense. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Let me know, in general, with these updates that I've been doing, I'm just focused on polish and bug fixes. So if there are things that irritate you, if you're like, oh, this gun's great, but something's wrong with its mag, or I really like the pose seems wrong compared to other objects of its type, file a bug report in the Discord bug report section. Each week I'm just working my way down them, just trying to cross things off and just polish down the sharp edges of the game as I work on these bigger systems, and just trying to get a couple dozen of these little fixes done per week as we make our way slowly towards 1.0. So, anywho, take care. Peace.